Okay, can I just say something? We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. Last night I got woken up by Will, who texted me. He was like, "Dude, you have to look at what's going on Amouranth stream right now." And I was like, I literally fell asleep watching One Piece. We're gonna talk about this, obviously, but please, for the love of Christ, try to just not be yourself today. Okay, it's gonna be really hard because like every person, with the exception of like a couple normal human beings, reacts to this kind of thing in the weirdest way possible. You have the simps who are literally like, she has vanished. No, her assistant was there. She probably took down the internet, okay? There you have, of course, the number one most annoying mother who are the misogynistic weirdos who are like, lol, I'm gonna, she has a husband, like, what the or saying things like, she's lying, okay? Like, you have the incels. And these are varying degrees of incels. Absolute freak behavior by Keemstar. Absolute freak behavior by Keemstar. I wake up, I turn on Amouranth stream, and she's crying. And I did not know what was going on because her title was like Overwatch 2 drops with Moist Critical. And I'm like, what the f is happening? Well, like, what could be possibly going on here? Tune in. And what I found was absolute insanity. I've heard in the past of things like this happening because of the industry that she's in, because she's a sex worker. It's like borderline sex trafficking. It's definitely pimping. It's abusive. It's exploitative. And I could not comprehend how this got to this point that it did, especially with someone that I know, like someone that I've met, that I've hung out with, someone that I know is like a strong, independent figure, right? Turns out Amouranth was in a domestically abusive marriage for the past 7 years. Past 7 years, Amouranth has been in a relationship. She's had a husband and the husband was basically dominating her life in every capacity. Had you met her husband before? No, I did not know that she had a husband. This was something that a lot of people were like memeing about, right? People were like, oh, Amouranth has a secret husband. Amouranth has a secret husband. And it's like, okay, but now you found out that like the secret husband was responsible for the husband being a secret. Like she wanted to reveal it. You know what I mean? And people are still somehow mad at Amouranth. And at that point, I think it's a perfect example of the reality that you just hate women. Like you don't, like this person is a victim in every sense of the word. And you're still finding a way to like flip this on her. You just hate women. That's what it is. But it's nuts. It's just completely bananas to look at a situation where someone is like completely brutally victimized by their partner who she was in a relationship with, and this person put his tentacles all around the business and was basically dominating every part of her life, making her stream incredibly long hours, telling her, basically telling her like, we have another tier to go. We have another tier to go. We have to go further. We have to go further consistently throughout the entire relationship. She even had a phone conversation with this dude on stream. Trigger warning. Amouranth has revealed that she has a husband. Along with revealing his abuse, he has threatened to kill her dogs, take all their money, and forced her to stream.
You say you were going to kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay. I can leave the... you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
Well, take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're answering my fucking, telling you. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were going to kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
Nope, did not say that. Now you're just fucking being a liar.
I'm not
I said I'm going to tell you what I said in terms of the earlier. You're saying you did not say that.
I tried.
This person is like so insane, okay? The text messages, the things that he is like so comfortable stating, like it blows my mind that a human being can just be like, yeah, no, you're going to do this. You know what I mean? You're going to do this. And it is in that moment, like he is so comfortable in abusing and exploiting Amouranth. He doesn't even give a fuck. Like he's live in front of thousands of people and he's literally behaving like he has very obviously behind closed doors. That shit is crazy.
To tell you what I heard from you. And then you called me a liar.
Then you tell me, what did you say?
What are you even talking about? You brought up the dogs out of nowhere.
I'm gonna say it one more time. If you don't get it, I need you to get the fuck out.
Apparently, he's a streamer,
Why?
by the way. Like, which is crazy. He forced her to continue saying she was single and commit to being a hot tub streamer. So there was a point in the relationship when they started going to therapy, from what I understand. And when they went to therapy, she said that things got a little bit better. Now, of course, this is a cycle of abuse. It's a repeat pattern. Once someone is like abusive to you, it's almost like Pandora's box. I believe in redemption. I believe in leading by empathy, even towards criminals, as I've talked about time and time again. But oftentimes when they're in that situation, it's clear that like most people don't want to fucking grow out of it because they're just waiting for the next moment. They're just waiting for the next opportunity to go back to their old fucking ways. So after that, the hot tub meta popped off. And he was like literally telling her to be in the fucking hot tub nonstop. And once the hot tub meta popped off, things, that cycle of abuse exploded once again.
The therapist even told him that it's a form of like psychological abuse, and that I'm basically living in a fancy prison. And then he was changed for a bit, and then the hot tub meta arose, and he was like, oh, this is an opportunity. And then he turned into an asshole again when I agreed to commit to the grind because it was a good financial opportunity for us. I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married, because it's like our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it. I'm not going to.
So, like, what a lot of people need to understand is, first of all, Amouranth is a very successful sex worker, right? She has a OnlyFans. She does a lot. I respect her. I respect her for fucking grinding nonstop. Didn't even realize that it was also being forced by someone else. But ultimately, sex workers are normal human beings. I know that a lot of people think like, oh, well, they're objectifying themselves, so we can objectify them all the time. This is a concept that we've talked about time and time again on this broadcast, that like, even like, especially sex workers, but even sex workers, if you can't comprehend that, are still human beings when they're not doing sex work, and you're not supposed to be objectifying them. Why am I explaining all this? Because, of course, these people have wives. These people have husbands. These people have partners. They are normal human beings. They have political opinions. They have real experiences. They're not just like an object of desire. And it's fine to consume that content in the way that it's intended to be consumed, but those boundaries need to remain within the content that you're consuming. The moment that they're not doing that, you're not supposed to fucking behave like an animal, okay? Then he threatened to leave her. So when she says, like, I'm going to leave you, he has control over her. He has complete financial control over her life, from what I understand. The two-factor authentication is, like, controlled by his phone number. He has access to the bank accounts. What do you mean how? He was, like, a husband and a business manager. How do you guys not understand at this point? At first, I didn't fucking get it. At first, I did not understand it. At first, I could not comprehend it either. So I'm being very charitable to people who don't get it, because I was like, how is this even physically possible that someone can get to this point? Someone can be abused this much. And that is because we're very privileged and very fortunate people, okay? I am a person with a profound amount of privilege that it's not within my realm of comprehension. But that's what this is. One of the things that abusive partners do is basically put their tentacles in every part of your fucking lives. This person has been around before she even blew up. She feels as though he knows the real her. You know what I mean? People, when they become famous, have a fear that, like, no matter who they encounter, they are going to want something from them. They're going to want not just who they are as a real human being, who they are when the cameras are off, but just what they can offer them. So that's one other reason why people like this sometimes can find themselves trapped in a relationship and like routinely try to justify it internally in their minds to say, oh, well, this is the real me and this person loves the real me, and like maybe it will get back to the good days, the good old days. And this person very clearly took over every aspect of her life, every facet of her life. Here are some of the examples.
Leave you with 1 million and I'm going to take the rest because I worked harder than you. It's like, and if you don't agree, then I'm going to burn it all in court. I'm going to put it all in fucking crypto. Blah. Just always threats, always threats. All the fucking accounts are like two-factor under his number, and he has all like the login information of things, you know. It's like keeps you there with the fear and the threats. You fear that he's gonna do something to your animals? And then he's nice again and says everything's gonna be okay.
Then there are some text messages that she had screenshotted from him
like,
calling her a dumb fuck, supposedly throwing money away from her accounts and his threats when she wasn't responding to him. This will probably offer a little bit more clarity for those of you who don't understand it, for those of you who are like still having a hard time comprehending it. These text messages, like when I saw them, I was like, this dude is also, and this is not an excuse for his behavior, but it's very clear that this dude is also mentally incredibly unwell. Okay. You don't write shit like this if you are, mentally sound. All right.
Next time when I say plan,
here.
do it. Dumb fuck, do you understand? Like, what plan talking about? It's like, fuck this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take the call. So I'm gonna tell them I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. From my hotel room. But throwing your stupid merch off the balcony. Proceeding to ditch your stuff. You don't need the makeup or the live view, like the stream epic, or the clothes, huh? Deleting social media in 1 minute. Buying options that expire and blasting the cash. About to shut down your bank account too. Lag is terrible. Stream is garbage.
Lag is terrible. This stream is garbage. Like this shit is like an abusive boss. But it's additionally fucked up because you're like, if this was just your boss, it would be illegal. It's criminal if this is just your boss. But it's not just her boss. It's her husband and also the person that controls every aspect of her life. Think about that. Like the most deranged, psychotic behavior. Gonna donate $250K to Palamacy in next 2 minutes. $250K gone. I will donate $500K in 3 minutes. If no call in 1 minute, I will absolutely make sure Kieran goes to the meat packing house.
About to delete Twitter in 30 seconds. If you don't call me, your phone's literally off, right? I'm just like, it literally died.
The wording is like a disgruntled parasocial viewer. That's what I thought too. That's the most insane part about it. Like, I've read sequence of words like this on the internet a lot. I encounter shit like this a lot in my, I have like stalkers, parasocial fans, deranged people online that are going through like a manic episode or something like that. And it reads exactly in the same way. And I think Kieran is either her dog or her horse. Yeah, here, this is
You know what you are.
I would lock my door, but he broke that too. So,
Best advice I can give during my divorce my grandma gave. This too shall pass.
Both phones from me. And so I ran in here to call the cops, and he literally kicked the door in and broke, like, this doesn't even have a hinge anymore. And then he also, another day, right when the SD Peach came, he was like trying to smash my phone against my computer, try to pull monster my computer,
timing,
and then
but
took
I
the
need
fucking
$50,000.
It took like one of the objects from my room. I think it was like one of the chairs or one of the tables, and like hit it against this wall and made this. This was my dog. This was him. Just like throw stuff. Fucking water
no
bottles
one
and
should
shit,
be
just
putting hands
throws
on you
things,
in
and I'm
other
like,
than a
"You throw it at
loving
me." He's like,
manner.
no, I didn't. I threw it in your direction, but not at you, to the side of you. Didn't hit you. Wasn't trying to hit you.
the wild part about it, of course, because it's fucking Twitch and because it's Amouranth, an institution, the chat was fucking insane. What I mean by that is people were literally partially being like, fuck you, bitch, you deserve it. People were partially being like, you're lying, whatever. You had the freaks. And then you had the other freaks that were like, oh, baby, you look so hot right now. I would treat you so well. I would treat you much better than that guy, which blew my fucking mind. And it's just like, I see stuff like that. I'm like, I can't, this is insane. Like, it just, how? Like, people trying to use this as an opportunity to flirt with her. Like, while she's literally going through a fucking mental breakdown.
I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're fucking married. Because it's like, our relationship would be better if we just stream them. And it's fighting all the time. But no, mister, don't say that because it's going to ruin the business model. It's not time yet. Fuck yourself. I'm done with it. I'm not going to fuck you anymore.
I mean, here, there's another threat here as well. He made a threat.
Tell me what I didn't say, especially if the context is literally I was waiting for a response. You were just calling me crazy then.
I didn't say you were.
This part is fucking insane. I mean, it's very clearly, it's clear that he's gaslighting her, right? In a weird way. Like, normally I would say, oh my God, it's so much worse to cover this kind of thing. It's so much worse to have this be live on camera. But seems like this is one of those instances, like in a weird way, it seems like the only way to get out of it. You know what I mean? It seems like doing it live is evidence. And even now, even when she's doing it live, it's very obvious that there are still people that don't fucking believe her. And part of the reason why people don't believe her is because she's a woman, is because men often do not want to, be empathetic to the plight of women in situations like this. And also because she's a sex worker.
Crazy.
No. Dude, I'm gonna give you one last chance. I'm gonna irrevocably fucking destroy.
Like, those text messages are made, like, those, I have no doubt in my mind that those text messages are real, especially after hearing this. Because he is basically saying the exact same shit that he's saying in those text messages, just live, on camera, on a phone conversation, which is fucking nutty. He is so comfortable in gaslighting, in abusing, and controlling this person that she literally can be unhinged like this and not think about it at all. Like, not think about how he's coming across. Doesn't matter if he didn't know it was live, which, by the way, I don't know how he didn't know that she was live. I thought someone that has that level of control over her life, how the fuck did he not know? There's no shot.
Everything. I can tell you something that shatters you forever, and I'll start tweeting about it too.
But what? Why would you want to do that? I don't understand.
Because you are literally telling me I did not say something that I literally said.
That should be okay to let me.
You're just right here. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. You're about to lose your entire fucking life in terms of everything that's been built because you're too obstinate to just merely accept that you didn't hear a thing. But I'm already very forgiving about that.
Because
But no, you want to go forward, you want to go aggressive, and you want to say, no,
Phone conversation was muted at first on stream until he started doing this stuff, threatened the dogs, and then she unmuted. Like, how did this guy not think that this would be live? Like, he wanted her to be live 24/7 on that day. Amouranth unknowingly describes cycle of abuse to a T.
That doesn't fucking help that, like, all the fucking accounts are, like, two-factor under his number and he has all, like, the login information of things, you know? It's like keeps you there with the fear and the threats. And you fear that he's gonna do something to your animals. And then he's nice again. And says everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm sorry. I won't do that. Don't get.
The only reason why he would have felt secure and safe to be able to have this conversation with her is because he's so confident in his own, like, abuse. He's comfortable because he's like, I've done this so many fucking times that there's no shot she's live on camera. You know, because, like, sometimes she just walks away from the camera and it's obvious that, like, from those text messages that he'll be texting her and being like, get the fuck away from the camera right now to talk to me on the phone right the fuck now. Why is your stream lagging? Even when it's things outside of her control. Why is your stream not at 20K, right? Like, insane things. So he probably felt so arrogant, so narcissistic, and so comfortable that, like, she wouldn't dare unmute and show this.
Blah, blah, blah.
This clip sums up the husband pretty well, in my opinion.
Make sure that, you know, you are disconnected from everybody else. It's, you know, like, if you suddenly have time for friends, he'll be like, oh, no time for friends. Here, we gotta work for the next stream. There you go. Make sure they're disconnected from others as soon as possible, because if they have people to talk to, that means people will realize what the fuck is happening to her. And when they realize,
yeah, this is fucking true as hell.
What the fuck is happening to her and she's being manipulated and controlled, the jig is up. You see what I mean? It's a classic pimp textbook shit. You know what I mean? Whenever a pimp sees his hoe, you know, like outsourcing or, you know, starting to make new connections, he will fucking strike her down. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing, right? The continuation of this domestic abuse and the continuation of this exploitation relies on Amouranth being isolated from everyone. Because if she feels like she has a comfort, if she feels like she can have a support system outside, this is why partners always should maintain a level of independence in relationships, in loving relationships, in trusting, loving, healthy relationships. Partners should always have something beyond codependency, okay? Because that keeps the relationship healthy And also on top of that, that kind of independence will allow you to get a cooler head that is outside of the immediate cycle of abuse to offer feedback. Does it make sense now? I had to stream on Kay's channel all day Saturday at TwitchCon. Also for the skeptics, use a picture of Amouranth locked out of her hotel in the 911 call I made while he was yelling at her on Monday morning. No, this is like the cameraman and not the husband, and I think just works for Amouranth. This is only just happening. The final moment of the stream, one of her assistants walks in, and then the stream cuts out.
Hello? Hey. I haven't gotten any calls. What are you talking about? Why would you ask me if I'm taking?
Look at the door behind her. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's like something is moving in that situation. But Alinity, update on the Amouranth situation?
Morning, and I saw this stuff on Abusive, and I got a little concerned about Ammo. I tried reaching her out, and I couldn't reach her out. So I did a welfare check on her, and the police can't tell me anything about whether or not she's okay, and that's literally all I can do. I would like to hear from her. I would really like that. That's it.
I feel a little uncomfortable talking about a friend's personal life on social media, but I also feel stupid for not noticing any of this. As far as I know, she's currently safe, and that's the important part. That's what Peach Jars said. This is her second account, her personal account. I also want to note I trust their support system, and she also has many people around her willing to support her as well. This is rough to see online, but I have full faith in her, is what Peach Jars said.